Hi everyone, today we're going to be learning about creating outlines. So the first thing in our outline is the introduction paragraph. The first thing is the hook. Did you know that dogs are better than cats, as an example? And the hook is used to get the audience's attention. Then next, you want to do the background information. So dogs and cats are both mammals. It is common for humans to have them as domestic pets in their household. A lot of people have a preference for just one of these common pets. It is uncommon for someone to like both equally. So this is some of the background information. You're giving basic information so the audience understands the topic. And typically this would be about 3 to 5 sentences. And then you have the thesis. So the thesis would be, dogs are better than cats because dogs can be trained easily, they can go on walks, and they don't have smelly litter boxes. So first you state your opinion, then you provide 3 reasons. And these reasons will be the topic of each of your body paragraphs. So in this instance, it is an opinionated paper that I would be writing. That's why I'd be stating my opinion first. But whatever the topic is, that's what would be the very beginning of your thesis. And so for each of the topics of the body paragraphs, so like dogs can be trained easily would be one, dogs can go on walks would be another, and the last one would be dogs don't have smelly litter boxes. Then we have our 3 body paragraphs. Now, typically you'll either write 3 paragraph essays or 5 paragraph essays. If it's just a 3 paragraph essay, then you would just have one of these right here, 1 paragraph. But if you have a 5 paragraph essay, which is more common in high school, then you would have 3 separate paragraphs. Okay, so I did an example for one of them, and then the rest I left blank because you kind of already get the idea. Okay, so you'll start with your topic sentence for your first body paragraph. So dogs are better than cats because they can be easily trained. This is the first point you listed in your thesis statement. And then you have your first statement. So this is basically backing up why you believe this. So dogs have the ability to be trained by their owners or by a dog trainer. So this is your first reason on why your topic sentence is correct. Then you need to find some evidence either from the internet or from your own experience. So here's a made-up evidence I claimed I found from the internet. So according to Max Dog Expert, that would be somebody's first and last name. So we do a comma, and then we have quotations. This is what they said on the site. I have trained dogs for many years. Cats simply cannot be trained like dogs can. And then we end it with more quotations, and then a parentheses with their last name, and then like the page number we found it on, and then a period. Then we have the explanation. So this is where you explain to the readers what the evidence is telling us. So just in case somebody doesn't understand what Max Dog Expert is saying. So Dog Expert, which is that person's last name, is saying that he has found that cats cannot be trained as well as dogs can. And then after that, you would do a transition sentence, which is over here. So dogs are clearly better than cats since they can be trained, but they are also better because they can go on walks. So this is introducing the second point you listed in your thesis statement. Then you go into your second statement, evidence, explanation, do another transition, third statement, evidence, explanation, and then transition to the conclusion paragraph. So with the conclusion paragraph, it'll be your last paragraph. And that'll be either with a 3 paragraph essay or a 5 paragraph essay. You will always have an introduction paragraph and a conclusion paragraph. So restate the thesis is first. So dogs are superior to cats because canines can be trained with ease. They can go on walks and don't have stinky litter boxes. So it has the same meaning as our first thesis, but just with different wording. Then you make a reference to your hook. So it has been known that dogs are better than cats. You see, I made it into a statement rather than a question. So did you know that dogs are better than cats? Then last, you want to explain to your readers why they should believe what you believe, or why the topic is important. So it is clear that dogs are better than cats. People should choose a dog to be their new companion because they are superior to cats, just for an example. And then we have this video here.
It is really important to have an essay outline in place before you start so you can move from one point to another seamlessly. and this will help you write an excellent essay effortlessly. Here's a quick recap to writing the best essay ever. Plan your essay and divide it up into 3 parts: the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. The introduction is where the subject of the composition is introduced. The body of the essay is where the different aspects of the subject are discussed. And in the conclusion, the essay is finished with the impressions of the subject. Final note: to be really successful in essay writing, you have to practice, practice, practice.
So as he said, you have to practice, practice, practice. That is super important. But overall, when you're writing your outline, you're probably going to have it on maybe a Word doc or a Google Doc, and you'll go through each of them. So at the very end, you'll have a great outline. So then at the very end, you can just go through all of your points and write them and make them into a paper. It just makes it much easier than having to figure out everything and write it all out at one time. Then you can split it into chunks and say, okay, so today I'm going to work on my introduction paragraph outline. And then you can do your body paragraph outline and then end with your conclusion. And sometimes it's even easier to start with your body paragraphs first and then make your introduction and then end with the conclusion. It just depends on what's easiest for you. All right, so that's it, and I hope you learned how to create outlines today.